Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Kenna here for a new video and trying to do this more consistency thing. So before I get into the story about, you already know about the toughest part about boot camp, but I wanted to talk about this book first, You, Me, 3. So this book is actually really good so far, and it's funny because I was not expecting to meet the author. So the author, her name is Gabrielle, and she is one of the best people ever. I've met her a couple months ago going to Twin Peaks, and she's one of the bartenders there, and a lot of the girls there are like extremely successful, like with life and not just working there. So she's really cool. She has these books on Amazon. You can go buy them either like paperback or Kindle. I prefer paperback because I like to actually physically hold the book and read it. So please go check her out. Look up You, Me, 3, and then she has a third book coming out, I think, and I was lucky and fortunate enough to have her. I don't know if you'll be able to see it on here, but yeah, she wrote a whole entire like little novel for me, so it's a little heartfelt. I love it. So if you're watching this, Gabby, I love you. Thank you. Thank you for giving me this book. I appreciate it. So the hardest part about boot camp, obviously this is going to be subjective because everyone's going to have different feelings about it, and no one's really going to think every single part is the hardest part. Everyone's going to have different parts that would be the hardest. So for me, and for me to be able to give advice to future recruits that want to go into the Marine Corps, that is, if you want to. I mean, I wouldn't do it anymore, or again, ever. Anyway, so if you go into the Marine Corps, the hardest part for me was Receiving Week. I almost forgot it. Receiving Week was just the hardest because that is like it's a huge environment change, and it's a culture shock for you because you're like, what is going on? And like, what did I get myself into? No matter how many videos you watch, and everyone who talks about going to the military, they all say, I don't know what I got myself into. You're like, I'm not going to say that because I watched all these videos, I know exactly what to expect, and all that kind of stuff, right? That was me. I watched hours upon hours upon hours of like YouTube videos about people's experiences and what receiving is like, and just what the entirety of boot camp is, and every single phase and everything. So I thought I knew. I thought I was like a pro. But no matter how many videos you watch, it will never ever get you ready for boot camp because it's all a different experience, and you know, your experience is going to be different from my experience or someone else's experience or any other influencer's experience that they talk about on YouTube. So I hope you do enjoy this video. But so when you first get there, obviously, you know, you're on the bus, and then once you get close enough, you have to put your head down because they don't want you to see how to escape Paris Island. And yes, it's actually an island. There is only one way to get on and off, unless you can go swimming with the crocodiles, which I highly suggest you don't. So they have you put your head down, and like they drive around in circles until it's like super late. And so once you get close, your heads are down, and then you stop, and then you hear the footsteps of the drill instructor getting on. So they're receiving drill instructors, and then there's like, sit up straight and look at me, do that kind of stuff, right? Yeah. And so basically tells you to get off the bus. You get off the bus, you go on to the famous yellow footprints that everyone knows about. And this whole entire time that you're in Receiving Week, it literally just feels like a blur and a dream. Like, it really doesn't feel real yet. You're like, is this really happening? Am I really here? And so once you go through the yellow footprints, you go through the famous doors on Paris Island. And that is, you go through as a recruit. That's the first and only time you ever go through the doors in your entire Marine Corps history and your career. So once you go through there, you do your normal, you have your blue bag, they put all like your social security card in there, your birth certificate, credit card, anything that's like valuable that you want to keep goes in there, stays in there throughout your entire time you're in boot camp. And so they do all the other processing stuff. You have to go to the phones, and there's literally like a script you have to say. And you can't say I love you, you can't go off the script, you need to do it, and there's drill instructors screaming at you. For me, my mom said that she was going to try to stay up, but she fell asleep, And so I tried calling her, she didn't answer. I tried calling my dad, he didn't answer. I tried calling my friend Andrea, she didn't answer either. So I had to go awkwardly over to the drill instructors and be like, "Sir, this recruit's family didn't answer." So they had me basically just fill out this form, basically saying that no one answered and that I was like unwanted or whatever. It was fine. And then the first night it's just super weird sleeping there because you're still in your civilian clothes and you literally just have to, like, you're laying in bed, like you're standing at attention, but you're laying down in attention, and you just had, and if you move, like, they scream at you, yell at you and stuff. You literally just stay like that. They don't give you blankets, they don't give you anything, so you're just laying on top of a bed without a blanket. I don't know if you have a pillow yet. For me, I was just having a hard time, especially like I think like the next day or the night. On the first day you're there for up for like 72 hours, so you don't sleep. So you kind of get the days and nights mixed up because at that point you're literally just hallucinating from sleep deprivation and everything. There's another part where you get issued all your gear and you get to go to the MCX where you get issued all like your shower shoes, your gel, your like I don't know, like the glide sticks, stop from chafing, basically all the stuff that you would need. And so you have all that stuff. You get issued all your camis, all your uniforms, all that stuff. So you have all these bags, and I'm literally just this weakling who can't like carry it at all. And so I just like, I don't know, I just fell out. And so all the other recruits are all like going far ahead of me, and I'm literally just like me and this one female drill instructor who's yelling at me to like hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. And I'm like dragging stuff is like breaking, there's holes in like it's a white laundry bag, and so I'm pulling that, it's dragging, there's getting holes in that, and like I'm carrying stuff, keeps falling, I can't carry it all. Everyone basically just like left me, and I'm just like, what the did I get myself into, right? Because I'm like, I made a mistake, like I can't even do this, I can't even carry my own shit. I finally got there. I got to where we're going, I dropped it off and stuff. And, I remember writing my mom letters saying, I hate it here, I made a mistake, no one's talking to me, I have no friends, I'm so lonely. So, it's just been an entire mess of an occasion. But, luckily it's all in a week. It does get better, I promise it does get better. At some point in time, and I ended up liking it, weirdly, right? Not receiving, but like boot camp in general. You get so used to it, you get getting used to being used and abused, and I don't know, you get used to the routine they put you in. And I don't know, at boot camp, it's like the best time. It's like you're in your best physical shape. But after boot camp, like I was, right now, even because of the military, I'm the heaviest I ever weighed in my entire life. So no, you're not always in the best shape of your life in the military. Don't believe what they say. Yeah, I think just sleeping in general, and everyone there is stressed out, so no one really wants to talk to you. So you don't really make any friends until maybe like this third or fourth week of boot camp, and then like by the end of boot camp, you're like all like best amazing friends. But receiving week is tough. There is one person who quit literally, I think the second day or third day, whatever. Like we were still in receiving week, so it was even before we picked up on Black Friday. We had this one guy who literally just like said, I don't want to be here, I don't want to go on this anymore, and they told him to pack up his stuff, and he left. I wish I was him. Everyone in my platoon all wish we were him, especially near the end of boot camp, the Crucible. I'm like, I can't believe we're just staying in this shit. Like, we should have just left, or we should have just left when we had the chance. But the drill instructors, honestly, they don't want you to fail. Like, they don't want you to quit. Like, there's people who tried to quit, and they're like, no, just hang in there. You can do it. That's what the senior drill instructor's for. The senior is supposed to, to kind of pick up all the broken pieces throughout after you get broken down and yelled at and torn apart. And at night, have this SDI time, and he pull you in and kind of give like a fatherly hug or a motherly hug, and basically tell you everything's gonna be okay, essentially, and build up your morale for the next day. Oh yeah. Also, receiving week, you also get your first haircut if you're for guys. And, I've seen so many heads bleeding as they're leaving, so good luck in that one. But yeah, I think that's the only thing I have for receiving week. It's tough. You'll be sleep deprived. That's when you get all of your gear. You have to haul it all everywhere. And yeah. And receiving week, mentally it's hard for you, but physically it's not. Like after you go through boot camp and get through some of it, you look back at boot camp, receiving week, you're like, man, I wish, like, I miss my receiving DIs. They were nice. At the time, you thought they're mean, and then you meet your drill instructors and you pick up, and you're like, oh, wait, they weren't mean. They were actually nice. But yeah. So thank you guys for watching. If you have any other questions, please let me know. I can make another video about it, or I can just answer some questions down below. And also make sure to follow on my Instagram and my Snapchat. I made a new Snapchat. It's now Kenna_Melissa. So please go follow that one. Instagram's still the same. It's Kenna_94. Of course, I'll leave that all down below. And I'll see y'all next time. Alright, bye.